Mm.
I believe it. I believe it.
Hey, Columbus, Columbus, Columbus.
Yes.
We are here. Talk Therapy Live. We are right here today, and we are excited to be here. 98.5. We are right here on your Gold Chip Foundation station.
Yes.
We streaming live also on 1580thepraise.com.
Yeah.
Come on in and listen.
Come on in, y'all.
Hey.
This is the day that the Lord has made,
Yes.
and He has made something great, something beautiful,
something great,
something wonderful,
something beautiful,
over
something wonderful.
Some years ago today,
my Lord,
He brought to this earth realm
too many candles to put on the cake.
Kimberly, Charmaine,
we just had to put two numbers on there, the big numbers.
But
happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Me. Happy birthday
to
me!
Yes.
Happy birthday!
Yes.
Kimberly.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Me.
Yes, and many more.
Indeed.
So what a wonderful day God has made for you, but also we get to spend it with the Columbus family, our Columbus family.
Absolutely.
Right? On this Talk Therapy Live.
This is their platform.
This is their platform.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, if y'all are listening live, please just get in on the discussion. And if you want to go to Facebook, we're on Facebook, Talk Therapy Live, Facebook.
Talk
all right.
Therapy Live. We here Friday already.
Yeah, time goes by so fast, or does it?
It does. The older you get, the faster it moves.
I think that we just get so distracted with life, especially with these cell phones and stuff.
If you want to.
We allow time just to pass us by. We just have to slow down, do some deep breathing, smell a couple of roses.
Let me know how that work out for you.
Way.
Father Time be tapping you on the shoulder though, the older you get.
He will tap.
He
I ain't trying to answer. I'm like, hey, hold up.
He letting you
hold up, slow down, wait a minute. And he'd be like, okay, Miss Kim.
Yeah, right. Hey, you need a therapist.
Everyone needs one.
Hey, listen, but I'm excited to be here though. Very happy about your birthday. Praise God for that. But also happy about what we're going to bring to the community on today.
Yes, because you know what? We've been talking so much about setting boundaries.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if the community is actually listening and taking action.
Gotcha.
Because if we do that, it's just going to improve our lives and the lives of other people.
For sure, the community.
Yes,
for sure.
Every relationship should be healthier if we're setting those boundaries. So what we want to talk about today is when love becomes enabling.
When love becomes enabling.
When love becomes enabling.
That's a rough one.
Well, you know, we all have loved ones in our lives.
Yeah.
And we certainly want to have the perception that we are helping, you know, but when is love actually enabling?
Could be hindering, huh?
It could be hindering, absolutely, because love actually supports a person's healing, you know, and their growth.
Yeah.
You know, we want to actually see someone do better.
Right.
Yeah. But then what gets in the way is our heart.
Right.
For this person. And then we begin to do more for them than that what they want to do for their own selves.
A lot of times I think it has to do with parent-child relationship. That's a rough one, right? You have a child that's not doing well, and you know they're not doing well in most cases because you're always there, right? You're always there to help. You're always there to you know, make sure that they're okay. They don't have a real good chance of figuring out life for themselves at times.
Right.
You know what I mean? So your love for them to make sure that they're okay kind of gets in the way of them growing up.
But our responsibility as a parent is to show them how to do for themselves. And don't get in the way, enabling them by doing it for them.
So you show them how to do, so when it comes time to do, they should be doing.
They should be doing. Yes,
for
absolutely.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Other than that, hey, I'm here for you, as a counselor.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you need me, other than that, try to work through what we've already taught you. And if it's something else new that maybe that you don't know, then hey, I can kind of give you that nugget.
Yes, for
sure.
Because enabling protects a person from the consequences.
Right. For sure.
We jump in the way. Oh,
because you're always there to bail them out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So essentially, they're not able to learn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We enable them to actually have those experiences that they learn from.
Yeah.
And sometimes, well, as they say, experience is the best teacher. We don't always have to experience if we learn how to listen.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, those experiences get down in you.
Because I'll live that through you. Hey,
right.
You did that for us. You did that for me, for sure.
Because our consequences actually motivate us to change.
Gotcha.
If I hit my head against the wall, ouch, that hurts. I don't want to do it anymore. But if you keep telling me don't do that because you're going to hit your head, what am I going to do? I'm going to keep pushing the envelope.
So the consequences should motivate you to change. However, it's like, if I get this help and assistance from this person, I refuse to change because I know if this happens again,
you're going to be
they're going to be right there to
That's
help me.
Right.
For sure.
There is no motivation to bring about change.
Right.
So once we learned this, we talked about it being beneficial in all aspects of life, whether if you're on the job or especially with the children. And it also happens in relationships. I have seen so many times in counseling married couples, what happens, Bishop, is that a lot of times they like to just keep the peace. So because they've had conversations before, they're just not going to say anything anymore. So then they begin to take on that other person's responsibilities. Now they've completely enabled them from taking care of their own responsibilities.
For sure. And then at the same time, you're kind of building something within you. You may implode.
Right.
Later on. You know what I mean?
You're
because you're building this up. You want to say something, but let me go ahead and just keep my mouth
You
closed.
feel like you're keeping the peace. Okay, perhaps you're keeping the peace with this other person, but then there's no inner peace.
Right, for sure.
Because now I resent you.
Right, for sure.
I got a smile on my face. I'm tolerating you, but actually I resent you because why can you not do what is required of you? And the question is, you got to point a finger back at yourself.
For sure.
You got to take a step back. You get out the way.
You're frustrated all the time. You're upset all the time. And largely it's because of how it is that you're handling the situation for others.
That's right.
Release yourself from the frustration. Just do that. And I think, they'll catch on or they'll run to somebody else.
Yeah. And I often tell people that the people around you will change when you change.
That's true. That is true.
You must be the change that you want to see.
Always.
Always. So we have to learn how to take a step back. But sometimes what happens is that you have people who really have that need to be needed.
Yeah.
I feel important. I feel valuable when someone else needs me. And sometimes we don't know how to turn that off.
It's good for a moment, but when you start to feel overwhelmed and frustrated all the time, and that's the word I choose to use because I hear that all the time. I'm so frustrated because, and why is that? I mean, you're always jumping in. If they call, you always there. You're trying to figure out something that they're not worried about. Because they figure you got the answer.
Because you're a fixer, you're a rescuer.
Yeah.
So it is.
But it's breaking you down.
It's breaking you down.
For sure.
Is your is your love about the other person or is it about you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it, because you really have to think about this. Is what I'm doing really for this other person, or am I meeting a need?
Makes sense. Yeah.
You know,
For
because
yourself,
there's a term called altruism is when you get so much joy, fulfillment, satisfaction. You have to be very careful that you don't make this all about you.
Right.
And if you really want to see the other person grow, change, evolve, be whole,
you change.
Take a step
you
back.
change. If you change, they will.
Take a step.
They will change.
Get out of the way. Because your love is becoming enabling.
Yeah. So you're helping them, but then you're talking to me and you're frustrated. But if they call you tomorrow, you're going to help them, and then you're going to talk to me and say, I'm so frustrated.
Right.
I mean, that's how it goes.
Right.
You know? So
I say it all the time that we teach people how to treat us by the way we respond to them.
For sure.
So if I say, no, I'm not going to do that for you. I'm going to need you to do it yourself tomorrow. I'm going to do it this last time.
Right.
But then when they come back to you, have to reinforce those boundaries. You have to set a boundary, and then you have to reinforce the boundary, because they know how much you love and care for them, so they're going to keep coming back to you.
So example number one, you know, I'm going to show you this first time, and don't come back no more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I believe in you. You know what I mean? I believe that you have the capacity to do everything you're asking of me.
Because if I set you up with it, and taking my time to sit down and walk through with you how this is going to go, how you should plan this out, right? And then when the situation comes, you still come back to me. Well, what about all of the things that we've discussed?
Right.
We knew this was going to happen. We knew I showed you, give you a plan how to, you haven't implemented my plan.
Right, exactly.
I mean, what's the problem?
Exactly. It's just like when you
because I won't always be here. That's the thought you have. I won't always.
They don't believe it. Right.
No,
they don't believe it. They think you're going to be around forever and ever and ever.
No, don't say that.
Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. So I'm trying to pour into you. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you refuse to receive.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like the parent-child relationship. Like if you tell your child to clean up their room or pick up their toys and they don't do it, and then you start picking up and cleaning up behind them. Yeah. What are you teaching them?
Now let me ask this question though: do you see this more in single-parent relationship and children? I'm sorry, single parent and children. And I say this because sometimes when they get to be 18, 19, you still kind of cater to. I don't know if it's maybe sometimes you feel as if since it's always been you as a parent, whether male or female, that you always have to kind of go the extra mile for your child, even though they're an adult.
What I have found as far as counseling, and I don't know what's going on with if you guys are sending messages, we cannot see them. Maybe they'll pop through, but just continue to try to send them. But the answer to your question is, I don't think that it is, I have not found that based upon those demographics, right? What I have found is that oftentimes parents try to be friends with their children. You know, and they don't want to I don't want him mad at me because he's going to throw a temper tantrum, you know, or he's not going to speak to me. So we try to not be parents, but be friends.
Got you. Yeah.
You know,
that doesn't work out well at all.
Oh, it will bite you in the behind. Especially as the children grow, those adolescent years.
They kind of get all the benefits and you get all the.
Oh, my goodness. You have to lay the foundation early, right? You got to lay it early. You cannot expect for you to allow your child to be a certain way for so many years, and then when they become an adolescent, expect for them to change.
Right.
Because at this point in time, that adolescent is only going to become more of who they already are.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Now
For sure.
you're really frustrated.
Mhm.
Now you're trying to send them off to grandma.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, we have to lay those foundations early, but we have to
Mhm.
understand that our love can become enabling when we're too involved.
Yeah.
When we're too involved.
Especially with your adult children. When you're too involved, you have to kind of step away. Now, I have seen relationships between parent and children, a parent and child,
Mm-hmm.
where the child has become an adult, but they're so disrespectful to the parent. I mean, over the top disrespectful.
Where do you
You
think that
know,
came from,
and
though?
and they can still come and ask you for, and you'll still do it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't get that part. You know what I
Because
mean?
this didn't just start.
Yeah. Oh no, not at all.
It didn't just
Yeah.
start. So where do we stop? Where do we
Mhm.
stop this train?
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
do have comments. I'm looking
Yeah. I
on
don't know
my
why it's not
phone.
coming on the
Kim
screen
Wu,
here.
Mary Stevenson is here.
Yeah.
Mary says, happy birthday. Thank you, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all feel free to chime in because we're talking about enabling. And so far, what we have discovered is that we sometimes can be too involved
Yeah.
and we need to get out of the way. So what does enabling look
Yeah.
like? So enabling occurs when we repeatedly come to the rescue.
Yeah.
When we
Yeah.
repeatedly cover up and make accommodations for someone's harmful behaviors.
Yes. Always making an excuse for this person who is wrong. As a matter of fact, they're incarcerated wrong.
And you said incarcerated wrong. They are wrong. Okay.
Oh, they that wrong. Well, however.
Okay, wait. Let me interject really quick because I gotta say this. You say wrong, incarcerated wrong, but we know a lot of them incarcerated have not been wronged, and they're in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I just had to say that and speak up for the people. But go ahead,
I didn't do it. It didn't happen like that. Listen, because they did not listen.
Yes.
And now they find themselves, and they do something crazy. I mean, you go here and you rob somebody, and your mom or dad or whoever is trying to make excuses for your wrongdoing.
That's right. Cover up. It's a cover up.
You cannot continue to do that.
Allow them to.
And then they have the nerve to call you to put money on their books.
Right.
And what do? You
put that money right on the books.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
For real.
But don't make excuses for them.
You cannot.
Let them face the consequences.
You cannot.
Because we try to cover up. We don't want people to know what this one has done. They did it.
Yeah.
There's consequences to your behavior.
Sure.
So people will talk about them. They may lose some friends.
Yeah.
They may lose, family members, but this is consequences to their behaviors.
Yeah.
But again, we talked about experience being one of the best teachers. Now I know I will never, ever do that again because I don't like the consequences of it.
Yeah. Hey, since we're going down this path too, regarding parents and children, that type of love relationship, it's amazing because of how the dynamics are often played out. You parent to a certain point, and later on, as we have trained you in the way you should go, we're looking for the results of what we have put into you. Now they got to show up sometime,
right? Yeah,
and we're looking for them to show up real soon.
But I think that's
you're about to be on your own.
But that's why we
you're about to be on your own.
We enable and we cover up because we've poured so much into this child. Now the child is out here acting a fool or whatever. Now we're embarrassed.
So I wonder, could this be the cause of why there's so many failed relationships? Because even though the child is now an adult and they're attempting to get into a relationship, it doesn't work out well because they've either been catered to all their life, which means they're not.
Now they're looking for mama or daddy.
They're not responsible, right?
They can't be.
So they can't have. They can have the sex part of the relationship.
Yeah, birds, cats, dogs.
But the part of being responsible, they're not able to have.
They how could they have it? They've never had that.
So I wonder.
So how I'm grown and I should know, and I'm in adult relationships, but I don't have that part.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, and so we see it all the time. People are actually living that way and catering to and covering up for someone who's wrong.
Yes. All to save face for yourself too. Because now it's an indictment against my own character.
I'm not sending no money to nobody for something they knew better about.
All right, we have a caller. Go ahead, please.
Hey, good morning.
Happy Friday. You said, can faith be used as an excuse to unhealthy behavior?
Could you expound on that? I don't really understand the question. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, we all want to believe in someone. That's the kind. I believe how we kind of coexist. We have faith in each other. I would say never stop believing, but also make them a believer. That when it comes to trying to assist or aid you all the time, I'm going to make you believe. Because one day you're going to come and it's like, no, I can't do it anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So we always want to continue on believing in that person. That one day they will grow up, or but you may not be around to see it.
And I'm also thinking about faith versus wisdom, because we want to believe there is hope that our child is going to do better. But then, am I going to continue to make a spectacle out of myself? Use all of my energy and all my strength and all my time trying to help them, and I want it more than they do. Right. So now I have to function with wisdom. Right. It's not
so
that
we're talking about children, right? I didn't know she's talking about adult, just a person, period. And you're speaking of a child.
Yeah, I'm speaking of a child. And even in adult relationships, we have to use wisdom, knowing how much of ourselves to give to another person.
For sure.
You always want to keep your faith, and you always, because we believe that with God everything is possible.
And we got to have a little faith in them.
I
think that's the aspect of what she was kind of speaking of. You got to have a little faith in them. Don't lose that.
Right. Yeah. And even if you do, because sometimes you do, but sometimes we do give up. Sometimes it's like, what, this child has been this way, but we always have faith in God that God is able to change the heart of a person.
Any person.
Seriously.
And especially if they're willing to change. That helps.
Right. Yeah, that always
You understand?
helps.
You got to be willing now.
Yeah.
He's faithful, but you must be willing.
Yes, absolutely. Does that answer your question, caller? Thank you for your call. And feel free to call in, you guys. The phone number is
614-824-2139 or 614-824-2336.
And continue to make your comments online, you guys. So enabling is when some examples are when we lie to protect their reputation. We just talked about that. I'm asking you to have some inner strength, tough skin to be able to endure it, because reputation is hard, and it's hard to get rid of a bad reputation. So now we want to lie for them. We want to cover up for them, but we're not helping them at all. It's just like silence perpetuates that abusive cycle. It's the same thing. I don't care if it's your husband, if it's your wife, or if it's your child. We have to learn how to allow people to have their own consequences, right? So we lie trying to protect their reputation, and then we begin to take over their responsibilities, right? So we take it on, and then we don't have any expectation from them.
And all the while, after you're taking it on, willingly, as a matter of fact, now you're frustrated. There's that word again. You're frustrated. So you can eliminate all of that. You can eliminate the frustration by speaking up.
That's right.
Setting the standard for yourself.
Yes.
And remember the boundary. Hey,
that's right.
Hey, I have to set this boundary up because, hey, it's not helping you at all. And you're frustrating me.
You have to say what you mean and mean what you say,
for sure.
Or either you're just wasting words.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
That's true.
You know, and here's another one is that we give repeated last chances. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is the last time. Mm-hmm. How many times have you said that?
For sure.
So now they don't believe you.
Right.
At all.
Yeah. Until
until.
But that has to come.
It has to come. You know, so you have to say what you mean and mean what you say. So you got to follow up on your own word. Remember, your word is a promise.
Right.
So you have to fulfill that promise if you put it out there.
For sure.
Caller, go ahead, please. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Got you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
So the caller's talking about
thanks for calling in,
disrespect, right? You know, bringing the children up a certain way. And now that they're older, you know, the kids want to get the last word in, and now it's just a level of respect. So she wants to know how to handle that at this time.
Yeah, because according to what she was saying was kind of let it go from a child to adulthood.
Yes.
So now it's just like,
that's always hard. But it's hard, but it's never too late to set boundaries.
Exactly.
And I stated earlier that these people around you will change when you change. You know how they'd be like, oh, it's a new sheriff in town now, honey. Listen, because you get to the point where you get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so yes, I may have created this.
Yeah.
You know, but at this time, it's as long as you're inhaling and exhaling, you can begin again. But you have to make up your mind that this is a new day, this is a new season, and I won't turn back. So what you want to do initially is lay down a soft foundation. Okay, so the foundation, I'll say a soft boundary, not a foundation. All right. So you'll say something like, you'll sit down and you'll have a talk with them and say, you know, I know the way things have been all this time, but at this point, I'm still your mother or I'm still your father. And I demand respect from you. And if that cannot happen, then here are the consequences. If you cannot respect me in this household or in this relationship, then you need to leave.
Right.
You know, and mean it because now I'm helping you find apartments and stuff. I don't want to get to the point where I just throw your stuff out because I do love you, but you won't shut your mouth. Yeah,
well, we got to go through the courts first. Let's do it. When it's time for them to go, we want them to be gone.
Yes, absolutely. You're right about it. But again, it's going to take inner strength. Because now I've allowed this to go along for so long, and here I come now wanting to change it.
And you still have to write it out, right? Maybe something that you've created. Now it's adulthood. Now it's kind of out of hand, and so you've been frustrated the whole time. Now you're going to have to write out the fact that, hey, I'm setting a standard for myself. You know what I mean? I'm making sure that my boundaries are now put in place, but also reinforced.
Yes.
So you're going to have to ride out the backlash that's going to come from that.
You're going to get,
Yeah, because it's always been this way. Oh, you changed up all of a sudden. I mean, you know what I mean? So,
And this is what I mean by developing
But it is
tough
smoothed out
skin.
later. Yeah,
You got to have tough skin because you know it's going to be there's going to be some backlash.
The manipulation. You don't like me no more.
Well, if they're already disrespectful, we're kind of used to that back talk anyway, I'm assuming, but be prepared for more.
For sure.
But what's the cost?
But write it out.
What's the cost of your peace, though?
Hey, write it out.
So it may be a little while, but we have this turmoil going on in the home, but I have a greater good in mind. I know the whole purpose in what's going on now. That's going to keep me focused.
Right, for sure.
Right? This is going to have me to continue to reinforce my boundaries. It
and,
may be like hell today.
And accept the fact that you're part of the issue.
Yes, and that's why you're going to have patience. You're going to give them time to change.
Yeah, for sure.
Because change is hard. But change is doable.
It is
doable. If you believe me, if you understand the words that's coming out of my mouth, you're gonna want to get yourself together because know now I'm not playing with you.
Right, for sure.
You know what I mean? You have that certain look in your eyeballs. They'd be like, "Oh, mama, crazy."
For sure.
Seriously, it's going to take all of that. You got to have that tenacity now because they like grown.
And that's why you need father and mother.
Yes.
In the relationship with children. You have to have that balance.
But I know, but
daddy gonna be like, look, don't you go to your mama for nothing else.
That is so.
Do you hear me?
Yes. That is an ideal situation. But we know that
and y'all sneaking on the side. Here you go, take this.
Right.
No, we got to be in agreement now. We're gonna help her or not.
But we understand that the vast majority of homes is single parents.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I stated earlier.
Homes.
Yeah, that's why I stated earlier about, could that be the reason why there's so many relationship issues? It's because the catering to, because the lack of another parent.
I would love
trying to play both roles.
And I'm just interjecting this. What I would really, really, truly love is that when there are broken homes, that the parents who have custody allow the other parent to be a big part in that child's life.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I would really like, and not use your child as a pawn.
But see, we're talking about broken homes when you go into starting out is broken. Number one, we ain't together.
Yeah. Right.
It's already broken.
Yes, it's already broken.
It started out like that.
Yeah.
It's our normalcy.
But that don't mean if you get with someone else that you cannot see my child.
Yeah.
Because you are hurting. You are actually damaging your child because of your selfish love.
That's true.
You have a love for self. So you're trying to look out for your own well-being. You're not thinking about that the child needs mother and father so that they can be emotionally and psychologically well.
Regardless of the shortcomings of either parent.
Because we all have them.
So shortcoming, I mean that money. Even if the money ain't coming like it should be.
The child definitely can benefit from the money.
Yeah.
But they need that.
They need the parent.
They need that parent. They need the presence of that parent.
Exactly.
More than even the money, because the love of the parent will cover so many areas of that child's life. That is my heart. That's my petition to the community, is to allow both parents to have a good presence in that child's life.
Yeah. And let it be a good presence too.
A good presence. Yes.
Not negative.
So so what that means to me is don't do a lot of talking, negative talking about the other parent to your child. Why are you doing that?
Well, you're going down a whole.
I know I am so off course.
I see that. You sweat a little bit too.
But sitting in counseling, I'm telling you that the vast majority of mental health issues is from childhood.
Wow.
And a lot of these addictions is from a lack of love, because I'm trying to cover up this big hole that I have inside of me. So it's very important to me, you know what I mean, that we do our children right. Can we just do right by our children?
Sure.
You deal with your own issues. You're grown. You're an adult. You're going to be okay. But you don't have to use your child as a pawn.
You may not like him, but that's who you chose to be with, and this is what came out of y'all's decision. I say y'all's decision.
Right, exactly.
You all's decision. And so therefore, hey, he or she needs their mother.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have a relationship with their father. Y'all at least have to be adult about the situation.
That's right.
And make sure this child gets the best of what he or she needs.
Absolutely.
You know?
It's all about the child. It's not even about you right now.
For sure.
All right. So we do have a question from Curbside Revival.
Okay.
How do you set healthy boundaries without feeling guilty?
Oh, wow. How do you do that?
How do you set healthy boundaries without feeling guilty? And I believe that the first thing that we have to take in mind or have the thought is the reason. What is my motive for setting healthy boundaries? Because if the motive is because I love this person and I want to see them grow, I want to, you know what I mean? So that's going to help me to say no.
An assessment of the situation. You know, assess it and see what's going on. And sometimes that boundary or that decision that you're making is for the benefit of the child, but it's or whoever, but it's going to hurt a little bit first.
Yes, it is going to hurt.
You know?
But life is uncomfortable. We're not going to stop living.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting up, going to work every day.
Yeah.
But again, it's going to go back to your motive.
Yeah.
You know, so you know that you're not coming from a negative place. You know, so I'm not going to have guilt. The word guilt insinuates that I have done something wrong. So you have to question yourself, what have I done wrong?
Right.
And if you know you haven't done anything wrong, then you need to eliminate that word or that emotion, because that's the wrong name for whatever emotion that you have.
And it could be by way of the manipulation of the person. They're making you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
Because now their gravy train is being
cut
off.
Yes.
Or whatever the situation may be.
You made me think about that old commercial.
It's changing. You silly. Chuck
Wagon. Tell them my age, y'all.
Hey. And so that, by there being a change, it makes everything uncomfortable. So I'm going to come back and say, well, why are you doing this? And I can't, whatever. But this is the decision that must be made, and you must abide by.
As we said earlier, expect the backlash.
Yeah, for sure.
Just expect that. So we have a question from the Becoming Room Experience.
Okay.
How do you love someone who refuses to change?
Wow. Well, if you want to use scripture on that,
let's use it.
You better love them with the love of Christ. You know, it's something that, you know, if you look biblically, it's something that, you know, Christ does, period. I mean, love is the reason why he actually sacrificed his life, you know, for people who didn't love him.
Yes.
Who wasn't returning that love, who didn't love him back. We're in the same position to love those that sometimes seem to be unlovable. We've been that unlovable individual.
At one time or
before,
another,
to somebody, you know, you know. And so, you have to take the time and kind of incorporate scripture from that standpoint and kind of go from there.
And then I think, too, that once we have an understanding of why a person is the way that they are, that helps us to love them through the process.
I've learned that from you. I appreciate all.
Yeah.
Serious. You love them right where they are. And it makes your life easier.
It does.
That's who they are.
That's right. That's right.
You know what
That's
I mean?
Right.
So,
and we have to give people permission to be who they are, knowing that we don't have the capacity to change anybody.
No.
They have to want that for themselves. You know, so once we have that understanding, that helps us to love them more, and it helps us to forgive them more. But that's not saying that we still don't set boundaries.
Exactly. Boundaries must be set. And love for myself won't let you do that to me again.
That's right. Yeah. Because the love should be unconditional love, not based on performance.
Correct.
You know, and I used to say, man, you know, I love them because they have a soul. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to see anybody die and go to hell, or I don't wish that on anybody. They have a whole soul.
Yeah.
So we love them and we want them to do better for themselves.
For sure.
So that's where that love emanates from, that place in your heart. You want them to do better.
Yeah.
So try to gain without.
That's the motive of it all.
But our nature.
I want you to do better.
Yes.
From the child that you have, or the children that you have, you want them to do better. And so even for whoever else that the situation involves, you want for the relationship to be better. If it's going to be, I have to do this for me.
Love yourself.
Yeah. I have to do this for me.
Indeed. Indeed. It's just a nature of people that we tend to judge without knowing. And I get it, because a lot of times we're not privy to another person's backdrop.
Right.
You know what I mean? So therefore we love them and we keep it moving.
Right.
So that love is an action words that is going to try to help person to get out of the shape that they're in.
For sure.
And again, it goes back to the motive of your heart, right?
Right.
So most people do not intentionally decide to enable.
Right. Oh no, it never starts out like that.
Right. We have to become aware.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it kind of goes back to when you have a baby and they say, "Don't pick the baby if you're gonna spoil the baby." How do you not pick the baby up?
Yeah, you can't help that.
I mean, you understand?
I know. And shouldn't they be spoiled? I mean, we can bring them out. We can back up a little bit at a time, take steps back. Which we should do in adult relationships once we find out we're enabling. Take some steps back.
That baby
because I'm in it too
deep.
But them babies, they gonna get
I'm
spoiled.
Hungry.
Yes.
I need to be held. I'm wet. I need to be changed.
Right.
That's the way the baby communicates.
And we're gonna do all of that.
Yeah. And I don't want to hear you cry too long. Though.
As the child gets older, and we see
that's when things change.
That's when things change.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I like that. That's true.
Yeah. So we may enable, because we fear that the other person will become angry and leave. Like the caller said, well, how do I do this now?
Yeah.
So we may continue that behavior with them because we're afraid that they may get angry and that they may leave, And this is a big one, Bishop, because a lot of times we enable because we believe that we're responsible for someone else's happiness. What do you think about that?
Hey, you better be to thine own self be true, as we always say. I'm not responsible for your happiness. Now you need to be all that before we, we say it all the time in relationship. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
I need to be happy before we come together and make a decision of what we're gonna do.
I know, because you're setting yourself up for a big disappointment.
Yeah, because you're gonna make me unhappy too. You understand? You make me happy, but you're gonna make me unhappy. Or either, I could take your happiness from you.
And the thing about it, because you're so true, you're so right about that, because in relationships, when you do make the other person unhappy when they're looking at you for my happiness, it's the end of the world for them.
For sure.
They cannot live. They are depressed. They have suicidal thoughts and ideations because my life, the source of my happiness has let me down.
For sure. Yeah.
But that's why we enable, because a lot of times we feel like we're responsible for another person's happiness. Bishop and I are here today to tell you that you're not. That you're not. They're going to have to go on a self-discovery of their own.
Right. For sure.
They got to find out who they are, what they want from life. It's not contingent on who you are. Like Bishop started out saying, we're not always going to be here.
Right. Yeah.
Then what? You're going to find somebody else to fulfill that role. And that's going to be a lot on you and another person.
You coming into my life makes my life happier.
Yeah.
I have more
happier.
Happier moments that you contributed to my already happiness.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that's how that goes.
I already got it, because I have inner peace, inner joy.
Right.
I have self-love.
Right.
So I'm happy with Kimberly.
Right.
But you sure enough make my life happier.
That's your work like that.
Right.
For sure.
Right. But if something happened where you had to go to another country for 2 years or whatever, I'm going to miss you, but I still have a reservoir within
Yeah.
I have an inner reservoir.
Where you sending me off to?
You ain't going nowhere because you know
off for 2 years. Where a foreign country lock up? That's what it sounds like.
Lord.
Overseas somewhere, making sweatsuits. What you got me doing? What you got me doing out here?
Oh Lord have mercy. It was just an example.
Okay, that was
an example. That was a bad example.
Woo, yeah, I'm like,
well, you know, where you lodge, I lodge, unless you do something wrong.
Yeah, well, you make
or criminal.
Right along with.
I'll do the pants.
Give her a needle and thread too. Now she might have a problem putting the thread through the needle.
So from that, you guys, we understand that we are not responsible. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am not responsible. And you can put their name in the blank for so-and-so's happiness. Go ahead and do that now.
I do things to make you happy, right? Or to bring you more happiness. You know, that's like acts of kindness.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just because type of thing.
Yeah.
It adds happiness to me.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
But I'm not responsible.
Not responsible.
So you need to be happy.
On your own. On your own.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so deep because I hear it all the time. Like when you have a marriage or partner relationship or whatever, and one is gone too long. Yeah. The other one doesn't know what to do with themselves, and they're constantly texting them, "Where you at? Where you at? You said you're gonna be home 20 minutes ago," and now they're frantic and all that abandonment issues. You have to work on yourself. Right. I won't say have to, but you should work on yourself before getting into a relationship. Yeah. So you don't bring all of that baggage into it.
That's why, you kind of seek counseling. And you know what? I think maybe there should be an option for those who are you're not even contemplating marriage, but I'm contemplating being in a relationship with someone. So maybe I should get a little counseling about me first. Let me see if I'm ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good idea. I'm throwing it out there now.
Right.
It may be beneficial for both.
But the thing is that every human being knows themselves. They already know what their issues are.
For sure.
They already know they have trust issues before they get into another relationship that they're going to jack up.
Right, for sure. Yeah. Now 6 minutes.
Right. You know
just
that,
around the corner.
Right. You know that coming in. You already know you have abandonment issues. So if somebody's gone for 2 minutes, it seems like 2 hours. Yeah. You already know that. So put the work in before. Right. And even if you're not contemplating another relationship, do it for yourself.
Do it for yourself.
Yes. Yeah. Jesus said, will you be made whole?
So that you'll be ready if something like this occurs again.
Yes, but don't you want to be at peace, and don't you want to be happy in this life on your own?
For sure. Yeah.
Why would you not want that for yourself?
Yeah.
You want to entangle other people in your web.
I can be happy with me all day. Driving, whistling, talking, singing, preaching.
Yeah. That's why we get along so good. I'm good by myself. You're good by yourself, and we're even better together. You know,
for sure, I got you. That's what it is.
Seriously. But Lord knows that Kimberly, myself, had to put the work in. Yeah. Before I met you, I knew I had some issues. I was on the get back spree.
Yeah. Tour. No, we won't say tour.
No.
Spree.
Right. Because I really didn't want to be bothered. I really did not. But I knew if I was going to be bothered, that I was going to be in control. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I knew I needed to be healed. So I put the work in because I wanted me to be okay. I want to navigate through life like that.
The Lord gave you a little mini vision of myself. Is that what happened?
Did he? Yeah. No, I don't think he did.
He did. Don't play now. I know he don't play. Tell the truth. I know he gave you that.
Well, we ended up together.
And you said, well, there he
Mary,
is. At the rate. Don't play.
Mary, the help me out girl.
Mary know the truth.
Kim Woo's here too now.
Oh, Lord.
She can tell here. Yes, she's here. She can tell the real story.
I better straighten up. I'll straighten up.
Back to enabling, so we believe that we're responsible for somebody else's happiness. Hopefully you all did the exercise that I asked you as far as looking in the mirror and telling yourself that I'm not responsible for so-and-so's happiness. All right. and release yourself. Just release yourself from that.
Mhm.
All right. And then we also, here is a huge one, that we believe that we can love them into changing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is a L
Yeah.
to the I
Yeah.
to the E. You
Yeah.
cannot love anyone enough to cause them
Mhm.
to change, because change is an intrinsic
Mhm.
motivation.
Well, you'll be tapped out financially and emotionally.
Oh my gosh.
You'll be tapped out.
Physically too, because
Yeah.
that's going to take
Yeah.
a lot from you.
Because you're talking about giving.
But you
Giving.
can never come to a place of satisfaction,
No.
because they're
No.
always needy.
Exactly.
Because essentially they,
Yeah.
I'll say this, that essentially they have a God-shaped void in their life. They're not
Mhm.
allowing God to come in
Yeah.
and to heal them everywhere that
Yeah.
they hurt.
Yeah.
So now they're reaching outside of themselves,
Mhm.
and they're trying to get someone else to come in and fill that place
For sure.
where only God can heal them.
Yeah.
But they don't want to put the work in.
Exactly. Yeah.
You got to lay out on the floor
Yeah.
and say, God, here
Yeah.
am I. Search me and know me and
Mhm.
heal me everywhere that I hurt.
But putting the work in is the issue. But we can have all the information on how to become successful or how to have a better relationship, number one, with yourself and then with others. But it's about putting the work in. And
Mm-hmm.
am I willing to do that?
Right.
Because it's going to mean sacrifice. That's going to hurt a little bit when you're trying
Yes.
to, bring
And
correction
I
to
would
yourself.
recommend that you come to see a therapist, because the truth
Mhm.
of the matter is, you know that you're a mess,
Mhm.
that you don't know what the wires are that are
Yeah.
all entangled. You
Gotcha.
just know that your life is a mess. So you need
Yeah.
to come in, to therapy, so
Mhm.
that someone can help you to untangle those,
gotcha.
because now we have the red one, which
Yeah, I'm
is
looking
your
at those
which
right
is
there.
your temperament,
Mhm.
right?
Someone in order with that right over there.
Oh
all the wires right
yeah.
there.
Yes, the wires. Those
yeah.
are not tangled.
No.
That's where we want to get people
That's
to
where we
be.
want to be, right? I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know what you don't know, and you need to
Right.
come in, sit down and talk to someone.
Mhm.
Where do I get this anger from?
Right.
When
Yeah.
did it first start? What
Mhm.
was going on in my life? Because that is the baseline
Yeah.
of your anger. Now you're having triggers.
Right. Yeah.
Because from that anger, I concluded that I'm unworthy, that I'm not lovable,
Right.
I'm not worth anything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so now what I'm doing now is going through life being
Yeah.
triggered by different events.
So go and get the information about yourself. Right.
Yeah.
Learn about yourself. We do that for everything else. Our cars,
Yes.
our own bodies. When they're out of whack, we go to the doctor and receive, whatever it is that they want to say this is, wrong with you or what's going on. Do that when it, comes to relationships.
Absolutely. Yes.
Kind of find out about yourself first, so that you
it's going to
can
be
be
okay.
a good person to whoever that may come your
That's
way.
right. There's nothing like being healed
Yeah.
and being whole.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing like that in the world.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with just being a good person.
Yeah. But you got a lot of good people who are hurting on the inside,
Oh, for sure.
because they're navigating with the cover up.
Mm-hmm.
They've just covered
Yeah.
over. They got a smile on their face, but then they go and these people, they're going to overcompensate.
Yeah.
They'll do this
Yeah.
for you. They'll do that for you. They'll be there for you,
Right.
because they're trying to compensate for that
For sure.
void.
For sure.
So they're good people, but they're hurting people.
Yeah. But putting the work in is going to make the difference.
Absolutely.
When you get the proper tools in order to be all right with yourself, or to have a successful relationship, and I say that with yourself first before you have it with someone else.
That's right.
Be happy first.
Yes.
Be satisfied first.
Be satisfied with yourself
and you
first.
can bring somebody else in, and they can either add to.
Yes.
But
don't forget you got that emotional magnet, so you're going to attract whoever you are on the inside. So we need to make sure that's coming from a healthy place.
Work it. Put that work in.
Yes, come from a healthy. Attract good people back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Healed people to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
So another reason why we enable is because our identity now has become connected to being needed.
Okay.
again, that's a whole issue.
Yeah.
Because you have a need to be needed.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Right? So if that's the case, volunteer at a hospital.
Yeah. And it could be something that's passed down,
Mm-hmm.
or could have been a responsibility put on you as a child. You know what I mean? You could be the oldest sibling or whatever, and you had the more of responsibility to take care of your younger siblings. You know what I mean? So it started from somewhere.
So
and now
really,
here you are, you're still doing the same thing.
Yeah. So really quickly, 6 points how to love without enabling. Please, ma'am, please, sir, tell them the truth with compassion. Quit lying to these people. Tell them the truth with compassion. Set specific and enforceable boundaries. I hope you're writing it down. Offer them options. Give them resources. Let them put some work into. You don't do all the work for them. Encourage counseling, like we said before, treatment, right? They need to get into recovery. Okay, encourage them and separate your responsibilities from theirs. You can do some, but don't do it all. And lastly, pay attention to patterns, not their promises. They're going to promise you the world. Look at those patterns.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good
well,
stuff.
This has been Talk Therapy Live, where it's all the way live, y'all. Where you get a good blend of therapy and also the word.
Yes.
And thank you all for all the birthday shout outs.
Yeah, it's your day. It's your day. 17. The day.
What'd you say, the day?
Yeah, let's do that now. But happy birthday to you.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest of your day. May it be filled with all acts of kindness and love.
Yes.
And all of that.
Well, thank you. And I do want to give a birthday shout out to Aunt Jackie.
Shut your
share
mouth.
the same birthday.
Happy birthday, Aunt Jackie.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
All right. We love y'all. See you next week. Mwah.